Hey guys, this is Kage DQT coming at you for the finale of this series, hopefully. I spent a bit of time on this and we're just going to recap here and we're going to get into it. We are going to give you guys the mastermind behind the GachaQueen account, who they are really, a little bit of the why, and we're going to go over some stuff. So to start, recap for those of you who are new to this, GachaQueen is a catfish. They have been pretending to be this person in the community for well over 2 years now. They have since ran. They are gone from this community. They've gone to the ground. They have pretended to be this Dragon Quest Queenie, this GachaQueen, all sorts of different aliases. Well, here's a spoiler alert. These pictures, they're not of this person. They are not of this person, and here we could see in the Dead by Daylight community. I got into this last time. If you just stopped using her photos and just gave up, I would have stopped digging. But you've brought this on yourself, and I gave you a chance to bail out gracefully. I told you if you delete the Discord account, you stopped using her likeness, you walked away, we would have ended it here. But unfortunately, I guess you underestimated me, Mr. Coopster. So, here we go. So, just to look into it, the old socials, the GachaQueens, that's all there. Pretending to be Lindsay, saying, they're 28. You're a dude. You're a dude. You're not a Lindsay. You're a Jason. Yeah. So, and then here is what kind of touched this whole thing off, where I reached out originally, because again, GachaQueen had a pretty decent following. Like, as we saw on the previous slide, decent amount here. This person didn't really have much of a Twitter presence. They had an old Twitter account, and then they came back in 2022. So I had to, see here, okay, what's going on? Is this a doppelganger? Is this something else completely different? This person never talked to me, but I'd been interacting with, supposedly, Lindsay for over 2 years, which, no. And then here's the catfish alert they put out. They've known for a while that they were dealing with this person. So, yeah. And that they were using their old videos and stuff, which we clearly saw plain as day that they were. So now let's get into it. Let's get into this a bit. This is part of the motive here. This person has a pretty big gambling problem. I mean, they play gachas, obviously. They have a pretty big gambling problem, and they've been using the money from these people, from faking cancer, from saying they need money for utilities, all these other things, taking this money, and they've been, funneling it into their addiction, not only in the online space, but in the real space as well, which gives us a pretty good MO in terms of why they're doing this. I mean, heck, even bought his mother an iPhone. Now, keep in mind that Betty Tagley name right there. Keep that in mind. We're going to get to that in a minute. There's going to be more to this in terms of how this kind of came to fruition. Why are we, throwing these allegations out at this person here? Because there's some good evidence here. There are some things here that don't ring true. And this person, they made a pretty big error that helped us kind of tie everything together for this person. Notice here they mention about losing their brother-in-law to cancer. Pretended to have cancer as GachaQueen. Lost a family member. They did make mention of this in a lot of their scams, that they did lose a brother-in-law. So that part was true. But for them to pretend to have cancer after losing a family member like that, that's fucking evil. I don't know if the cancer claim started before this December 16th, 2022 date. I believe they did. So, yeah, they may have been using their brother-in-law's real-life situation, having some of that inside knowledge, knowing what somebody who goes through cancer has, and medications and things, and they were using that to fuel their scam. Absolutely fucking evil. But well, these people just don't fucking care. Now let's get into this a bit. I told you, let's keep in mind that Tagle name here, and I do apologize if these are a little bit out of order. You see here that they have the PayPal name is set for Lindsay947, but the name itself was for Betty Tagle, and they wanted to have an amount. They kept wanting $26 for some reason. I wonder why. That part I don't get. That part doesn't make much sense to me here. And this had happened a long time ago. So that this person can't get their money back, but they were sending decent amounts of money. And of course, I've redacted their name and their identity for this person to hide who they are, because I don't want to. I don't want this other person who came forward to be harassed or be bothered. They're a victim in all this. But you could just see the amounts of money that this person had put in. I mean, I've even had people in the comments section for the previous video saying, oh, I lost $150. I lost $5K, somebody said. Other people have whispered, PM me saying they've lost different denominations. And here's the thing about this is this person has been doing this for a much longer time than even I thought originally. I did some digging, and I was able to pinpoint back to like 2020 that they were using the likeness. But this person here this is a different individual. I met Pokemon Queen, whoever that person is, when DFFOO came out. I was in a stream, and they reached out to me, and since then we became like extremely close friends. She was a bit sus. And I asked, well, do you remember when they started using Wolf's photos, which is Lindsay? I'm trying to establish a timeline. Since always. And that game came out back in, 2017, 2018. Jesus Christ. They've been doing this whole thing up until now. We're in 2023. This has been going on for years. Years. And a clear motive, the only thing here that makes sense besides the gambling is the fact that this person went to school with Lindsay. This person knew Lindsay. They went to high school together. So this person had some inside information about them. Probably knew where to look to get these photos and do things. And they've been doing this for a very, very long time. And my gut told me it was somebody that had to have been closer and interacted with them in the past, because this is a long time to be somebody else. And I don't know if something else happened where maybe Lindsay was dating some guy, and because of the sexual orientation of Mr. Jason, who is openly admitted to being gay, I don't know if maybe she dated somebody he had feelings for, and that's where this all stemmed from, or where this idea really originated, and I doubt we'll ever really know. But it's just wild that this went on for so long. And, I mean, part of it is because Lindsay has even admitted that she stayed off some social medias. She did. I mean, who would really think that somebody else would do this? I mean, it's absolutely evil. I mean, it's absolutely evil. It comes full circle here. We see that this account was set up on November 2016. So this has been going on for a long time. The only thing I can't pinpoint is if this catfishing started back then on November 20th of 16, this account was converted to that, or if this account was just made solely for the purpose of impersonating this woman, who, because of all this, has suffered greatly. I mean, you've had people reach out and say she's a home wrecker. You've had people reach out and be like, hey, where's the money back, or I never got things, and all the while this guy's off being BingoKing, doing his own thing. And now you may be wondering, what was the crux? What put this all together? How did myself and Lindsay, how did we, figure out this person is GachaQueen. And there was one mistake this person made. Besides the cash shop thing in the mother's name, that was kind of circumstantial at first. That was a little weird. I said, okay, let's hold off on that. But I was like, let me go on Facebook and search up this Jason Cubster person. And I was like, man, I can't find him. That's weird. Am I spelling this wrong? It's like, I wonder if this person has me blocked. And it's my Facebook account is Jeff Curtis. It's just the account I use for DQT stuff on the global. Don't really interact or do much else with that account. So for that to be blocked, which I thought, okay, well let me just have my wife go look. Pulls right up for my wife. Account pulls up. So got me blocked. Okay, that's weird. Lindsay had mentioned that her newer Facebook account was blocked by both the mother's account, Betty Tagley, and by Jason Cubster. And that was weird too. Like, the mother's account didn't block me. I'm able to see that account no problem. But it was like, we're both blocked by the same individual. I'm blocked. I've never interacted with this person, never talked to them on Facebook or done anything with them. Not sure why that happened. And they're blocked from somebody who, they went to high school with, and they don't know why. That's a weird coincidence. And then we start looking at things, and we start piecing things together and seeing what games they played and other things of that nature. And, there's like, other things where they cover up a screenshot of a Switch profile and some other things. And it just all kind of starts coming together. And we're like, I think this is the person. So, now, what happens next? Well, this person may continue to try and impersonate now, but we know who they are. There's obviously some trails we can follow. I mean, hell, this person could have their own mother indicted and dealt with because of the cash flow and the proof of receipts just on that end. I mean, this guy might actually get his own mother thrown behind bars because of this fucking scam. I mean, yeah, you bought her a new iPhone. She's not going to be able to take that with her to the penitentiary. So, mission fucking accomplished. I don't get it. And, I put the information out there for you guys. I did promise you I would keep digging and try and figure things out. And we did. And I'm sure more stuff's going to come out later on. You fucked up blocking me on Facebook. That was one of the bigger ones. You also fucked up doing the booster on the Dead by Daylight thing, because that's a trace in itself. We're going to follow that as well. That's another lead to look down. And there's some other stuff we're going to do. And whatever happens at this point, I mean, if I was you, I would just take all this down, take down the Snapchats, everything, go about your life, and maybe stop playing bingo every night so you don't have to pretend to be a woman online and pretend to have cancer and all these other things to make a buck to do your addiction, and go get a real job. I don't know what to tell you. You're a bum. You're a parasite. You're a leech. I've dealt with catfish before, and you're no better than any of them. In fact, you're dumber than them, because you gave me a clear line to go, this is you. Like, why would you block me? Like, I rattled your cage, that's why. I rattled you, and I got you to make a mistake. And now we have you. And at some point in time, an investigation could potentially be opened up. Whatever's going to happen, that's a lot of money to be accounted for. I don't know how that's going to play out for you. Maybe you'll walk away scot-free from this. Maybe people in your community in San Antonio find out what you've been doing, and people start looking at you differently. Nobody's going to give you attaboys for pretending to be a girl you went to high school with for over 5 years, 6, 7 years, taking money from people, pretending to have cancer when your brother-in-law died from cancer. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, the only thing I don't know is mommy in on it or not? Is she part of the scam? Or are you telling her something like, oh, these are just guys online, they're helping me out, I'm doing my big stream thing? Don't know. But I can tell you, people are going to keep digging now. People are going to want their money. They're going to want answers, Jason. And you had a chance to walk away. I sent you a voicemail. I told you to delete the Discord account. I told you to close up shop. You didn't want to do it. I even gave you ample time. I could have did this video hours ago, but you ignored me. You thought I was bluffing. So here we are. You could do your worst to this channel. You could do your worst to me, but none of this stuff is going away, and it's only going to spread over years, and some of this is going to reach in the real world where people are going to talk about this and see this. I'm going to post this everywhere. So if I were you, I would do the right thing. I would back the fuck out of this. I would apologize to Lindsay. I would try to right as many wrongs as you can, because this is not going to get any better. And for anybody you have taken a substantial amount of money from, I hope to God that they just go through proper channels and don't try to take things into their own hands. Because again, go to the authorities, go through the proper channels. I don't want anybody reaching out to this person and doing anything to them. They don't deserve that, despite the piece of shit they are. They really don't. I just want to make sure everybody's informed, because you have been impersonating this woman for years and causing her real damage. So, with that being said, I don't think we need to touch this anymore. We've got most of the answers here. Unless I find out something else really heinous, I don't see another video being made on this. I think we're done. And Jason, I hope you learned something from this. You fucked with the wrong community. You fucked with my community. And I'm not somebody to sit down and just take this lightly. Bet you never thought in 1,000 years some little old guy on YouTube could figure out who the fuck you are. Well, I did. So with that being said, BingoKing, get the fuck out of my community, get the fuck out of my house, and go do something with your life, you fucking bum. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.